Before we get into this one, if you could hit that subscribe button down below, it would mean a massive amount to me because we're trying to hit that big 1,000 subscribers this year. But let's get straight into the video. Now, this is a video that I did not think I'd be making this soon. I thought I might have to make it at the end of the season. I thought maybe we would get a coach in with some fresh ideas, tighten up the defence a little bit and have a bit more of a balanced team. But I wanted to see Marcelo Bielsa given the chance to finish this season. Let's first start by what Bielsa has done for this club. So when he came in 2018 and that first game against Stoke, Leeds United fans everywhere were like, oh my God, what has happened to our team? Because we were in mid-table mediocrity for years before he took us to mid-table in the Premier League. We were just in the Championship, floating around, losing to Millwall, losing to Wigan. Granted, we lost to Wigan in our promotion season, but it's one of those things where he completely revolutionised the way that we play football, and I'd never seen anything like it at Leeds United. When he came in, he was given a pre-season, and then he get in that first game against Stoke, and we absolutely battered them, and it was unbelievable. Leeds fans everywhere, oh my God, what has happened to this team? When you look at players like Stuart Dallas, when you look at players like Liam Cooper, Luke Ayling, they were signed for pennies relative to modern football transfers. Stuart Dallas being about £1.5 million, and Liam Cooper and Luke Ayling both were less than £1 million. So the way that he's revolutionised this team, you look at players like Calvin Phillips as well. He actually thought of himself as a number 10 or a box-to-box midfielder when Bielsa first came in. He looked at him and he said, no, you're my holding midfielder. He gave him the shirt for the holding midfielder role. And Calvin Phillips was like, what's going on here? Who's this guy? But he's made him England's Player of the Year. He's been absolutely unbelievable, and he has absolutely changed the whole philosophy, the whole ethos, the whole way that Leeds United Football Club is run, and it's been absolutely an unbelievable ride. We all love him, and we wanted him to stay. We wanted him to be given these last few games to get that chance. He had that credit in the bank. He needed that chance to try and save us, and we're not even in the relegation zone. We've just played Man United, Liverpool and Spurs all in a row. We can't be expected to win those games. Granted, we don't expect to get completely battered, and I talked about this in my video yesterday, the fact that it is embarrassing losing by that much, but we would have lost anyway, I'm pretty sure of it, and at least we gave it a go. I know it sounds bad. It is embarrassing. I do not like conceding all those goals. But for what Marcelo Bielsa's done for this club, you deserve to be given the chance to play against Norwich, to play against Villa, to play against Leicester, those teams who aren't doing so well themselves, so that he could come out the other side of that and see if he's picked up any points from it. But with 12 games of the season remaining, I think, 12 or 13 games of the season remaining, it's a bad time to sack him, because if it is Jesse March, and that's who've been rumoured to come in, how's he going to get his ideas across, his patterns of play, his ethos, the formations he wants to play? Players aren't going to know how to play in his formations. How's he going to get that across so soon? I mean, I hope he does. I hope he does really well, because we've got no other choice now. But I think it's a big risk, and a big, big risk. I'm really worried about it, because although I was already worried with Bielsa at the helm, it was something that was known. We knew the variables, we knew how he plays, we knew he wasn't going to change, and we knew that the points would come from somewhere. But now it's completely up in the air. We just don't know what's going to happen, and it's really, really worrying for a Leeds fan, considering we were in the wilderness for 16, 17 years, and we're back now. I don't want this decision to mean that we go down. It will be horrendous if they sacked Bielsa and then we go down. At least, I think they'll say, at least we tried something. At least we tried something to save us, the board, that is. But I just think the general mood of Leeds fans is that nobody wanted him to go. Not a single one of us wanted him to go. We love Bielsa. There is, I tweeted this before, there is murals painted on walls around the city. People have tattoos of his face. There's a road in Leeds called Marcelo Bielsa Way. There is so much that people love about him. I saw people tweeting saying that when his a guy tweeted saying that when his dad was dying in hospital, Marcelo Bielsa rang him personally. You don't get that from Premier League managers these days. There's times where Bielsa hands out sweets to kids because they've been waiting outside his house. He meets people in Costa Coffee. He sees people in Sainsbury's, and he's happy to take a picture with them all the time. He walks to training a lot of the time. He drove a little VW Golf and lived in a flat above a shop in Wetherby. Like he's not like these other managers. He was completely one on his own, and we are going to miss him so much. I wouldn't be surprised really if he doesn't get another job in football, and that's the last we ever see of Bielsa in the spotlight. And it's such a sad way for him to go, because if it had been at the end of the season, he would have had a whole parade. It would have been a procession around Ellen Road. And the last day of this, and the last home game of the season, everybody would have been chanting Marcelo Bielsa from the rooftops. Like, it would have been amazing send-off. But now we don't get that. We don't get that chance to thank Bielsa. Bielsa doesn't see Twitter. I mean, his analysts are always looking about what's said about him, but he doesn't see Twitter. He doesn't see all the positive feedback that everybody's giving. Everybody loves Bielsa, and I can't understand why you would sack him this close to the end of the season. It seriously could damage our chances of staying up. Like I've said, I hope that Jesse Marsch comes in and keeps us up and then progresses with us. But I would have preferred it if it was Bielsa given that chance to do that. I just feel a bit numb about the whole thing. I mean, I saw it last night, and I can't say that it wasn't expected with modern day football. The results haven't been right, and we've been shipping so many goals. I talked about it in yesterday's video. We conceded the most goals in a calendar month in Premier League history this month, and the month's not even over yet. So yes, I can see the reasons why. I'm not completely delusional, and if it's a fan of another club watching this, we're not completely delusional. We know that he hasn't been good enough this season, and we haven't been good enough. We've been conceding too many goals, too many easy goals. We've not been winning against the sides we should be winning against. But you've got to look at it from our perspective. He came in at a point where we needed saving, and he saved us, and he brought us back to the Premier League. And all of us will be eternally grateful for that. He is the best coach that I've seen in my whole life at Leeds United. And potentially ever will at Leeds. The fact that he came to us in the Championship was amazing in itself. The improvement on the players, like I've talked about, the way we play, the exciting football. I know we lost against Man United the other day, but how many coaches could have a team that scores 2 in 2 minutes to come back from 2-0 down? Not many in the world, if any. And those moments are the moments you live for as football fans. The absolute euphoria and ecstasy of scoring those goals, and Bielsa brought us so many of those moments with the way he made his team play. And like I said, the humility of the man, the way he conducted himself, the way he was. He is a Leeds legend and always will be, and we Leeds fans absolutely love him. Do not mistake it. All Leeds fans, if you're a true Leeds fan, you love Marcelo Bielsa, and we all do. So it's so sad to see him go, and obviously I felt I had to make a video on this because it's a Leeds United channel. So yeah, it's upsetting. Like I say, there should have been a big send-off at the end of the season. We all love Marcelo Bielsa. We all want him to stay. We all wanted him to have that chance to save us. But that's gone now, and we've got Jesse Marsch. So we haven't got Jesse Marsch yet. He's set to be announced in the next few days, apparently. So what I'm going to do is, when he gets announced or just before, I will make a video on him, and I'll tell you who he is, what he's about, where he's come from, what style of football he plays, and what we can expect from him at Leeds United. So that's going to be it for this one. I wanted to give my raw thoughts and opinions and just my feelings towards what's just happened at Leeds United. It's a huge day in the history of Leeds United. We've sacked Marcelo Bielsa, and I don't think it was the right call. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.